te conheço como a tal da uivinha do rabetão.
Good morning. How are you? Coach Anderson here one more time, coming to talk to you guys a little bit more about our simple conversations about, we'll say, trainers and clients. The difference, how trainers are, the type of trainers that you also get when you are hiring one and going through it, the benefits of having yourself a personal trainer too, and what not to do. So I have encountered a very funny situation. I'll say that. Gotta have my coffee, guys. The situation is quite simple. It's when somebody whom you train tries to compare your programming, your training, uh, with their friend's trainer and or programming. When you go and hire a trainer, you literally tell him or her exactly what you're trying to achieve. You tell the person all your doubts. You tell the person, that you don't know what to do, and you also don't know how to go from point A to point B in order to achieve your goals and in order for you to know what the hell you're doing. And it is quite intriguing when you get compared to your friends or other family members trainer. Well, in life, you get when you get a trainer, and especially if it's a certified and schooled with degrees and years of experience. Okay, I'm not talking about somebody who just went online and boom, yay, I train and now I am a certified trainer. No, I'm not talking about those gimmicks. I'm talking about people who live fitness. I'm talking about people who made a choice to have fitness their lifestyle. And different people have also different perimeters and different ways to approach their fitness. So when you're hiring a coach, that's what you're hiring. Everyone is different. Everyone have a different approach to how they are going to deal with you. And I was compared because the client in this instance said, "Oh, I told my friend about your training with me, your programming." And they literally said, "Oh, I think your trainer don't know what he's doing because my programming is different. My program is this, and that. What is your trainer doing it?" And I was also told that I was going too easy on them. It didn't bother me, but I felt challenged. And how would you feel if somebody does that to you? If somebody comes to you and you are training them and they go, "Oh, this and that." You got very many ways that you can respond to it. And I believe I responded the best way and wisely as well. I am not equal or I'm not the same to anybody. I am different. I consider myself a unique trainer because I don't follow exactly what the book tells you to do. The book tells you do A, B, C, D. I'll do F, I'll do K, I'll do T, U, W, Y. I follow a different pattern because it is very easy for you to fall into a plateau when you are training. When I started my career in the fitness coaching business, I was following the book. And my client came after several months of us following detail by detail. And she said, "Oh, I don't feel nothing is happening. I don't feel that the workouts are doing anything else." And I was very young in the business, not young in age, but young in the business. We're talking about 10, 15 years ago. Then I spoke with my coach and manager, and he said, Anderson, she probably hit a plateau. And for you got to get her out of the plateau. Otherwise, we're going to lose the client. So I had to come up with ideas that it was going to create new challenges. And I'm not talking about adding weights to the programming. And thank God I was able to, at the time, get her out of her plateau. And boom, she continues. The lady had at the time had signed up for another 6 months because she liked what I did. And results showed up like immediately. And she was very pleased. Yeah, I believe I had her for about 2-3 years before COVID. So it was pretty awesome at it for that. And that's when I learned that if I follow programming according to the book, that textbook, I can get a client to a plateau and I'll lose the client. Then I created a new way of doing my own personal programming. And it's quite simple. Upper body from the lower ab up, lower body from the upper ab down, and then a whole body training. But that also consists with calisthenic, polymetric, eccentric, concentric, isometrics training, sometimes EMOM training as well. And that's how I mix up. I mix everything depending on the day that we are training, depending what I have for a client to train. But back to the issue of my story, that's what I told the client. I believe I answered pretty well. Don't try to compare me with anyone, because you're going to drive yourself insane, number one. Number two, you're not going to find anyone like me. I am unique. I am different. I have my own character. I have my own ways of doing things. I like to say I'm unconventional, just to spice things up. And at the end of the session, she agreed because I told her, you started with me. You do not have any knowledge of what's to be done. And above all, we have to shred. You got to lose weight. You got to build muscle. You got to build strength. And this is how I do it. I have great success in it. But how would you feel? What would be your answer if you are compared to another trainer? I have seen crazy trainers. Come on, da, 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 like so intense that it looked like it's a sketch for a movie or a commercial. I see those trainers. Yeah, that's it. Keep going on their cell phones or tablets, and then they'll say, "Oh, I'm readjusting your programming," but no, they're on social media and texting people. I've seen those trainers who just stays like this, looking at the client like, that's it. Yes, 3 more. Good. So, in very few times, I've seen someone like me who is engaging, sometimes see the client that is having a little bit of struggle. So, you also pick up the weights and you start doing it with your client, or you do burpees with your client, you do suicides, you do leg raises as well, squats to motivate them so they can also follow with you what they're doing. And it's pretty fun, I'll tell you that. It is amazing as well because they you see the smile, the satisfaction. Holy shit, my coach is doing with me. Because that's how you get to motivate others as well to do the training with you. Because it shows that you are an active and interactive coach. But how would you feel? What would you do? What would you say to the person who comes with that, comparing you with someone else's trainer? Yeah, it is a little bit intriguing. So I decided to make her training sessions a little bit more spicy as well as challenging. Yeah. So then this way, she the client almost dropped on the floor because she couldn't stand up. Her legs were shaking and her arms were done, like flopping because she couldn't barely lift her bottle of water. And then she says, "Yeah, I like the training. It was really good, and I trust you. I trust you." So I was laughing, but what would you do if you are compared to somebody else's trainer? when you don't even know who they are and they don't even know who the fuck you are either. So, my suggestion to you, my viewers, is do not compare oranges and apples. It tastes different, it looks different, and when you're picking from the tree, it's a different type of tree as well with a different scent as well. Don't compare because you don't like being compared to nobody. Do you? Do you? What if you were compared to somebody else on social media? Everybody's different in their own unique ways. So why compare somebody else to you or to anybody? Live happy, be yourself, shut the noise from the outside. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about you, about everybody else but themselves. Don't pay mind for what is said about you either, because if they are talking about you, it means you're doing something right. Even if they don't agree, who who is anyone to agree how you live and what you do with your life? Am I right or wrong? So, folks, don't worry about other people. Focus on yourself, be better, and go to the fucking gym. Until next time, I'll see you. Let me continue having my perfect coffee for this morning. And don't forget, go to the fucking gym.